So guys, I have a guest today. You look very beautiful, sister. Thank you so much, brother. Um, I have a guest today, and our discussion is about how to build a beautiful childhood experience for our kids. But first of all, let her introduce herself. So can we get to meet you, Beatrice?
Okay, hello everyone. I am Beatrice Dona Odunupe from Nigeria, and I am passionate about transforming the lives of children, teenagers, as well as parents. And that is why I'm here to talk on this wonderful topic, crafting a wonderful childhood experience for our children.
Mm. Oh, crafting a wonderful childhood experience for our children. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, sis, for joining and sharing this experience. I'm trying to make sure my phone is okay because I'm looking at you from the other phone, but not to worry, I'll try my best to make sure everything is okay. Hello, Bobita, how you doing? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. So when you talk about wonderful childhood experience, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind?
Okay, when we talk about wonderful childhood experience, it entails everything that has to do with a child, that has to do with positivity, the mindset, the growth, and in all areas, physically, emotionally, socially, just making sure that the child has a wonderful experience during
Mm.
childhood.
Oh, that's nice. So can you tell, so what's the digital business you do? What's your business? What's your field? What's your field? Thank you,
Okay,
Peter.
I'm an educator. Yes.
Mm. In what aspect?
Okay, in mathematics.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So she's a mathematics educationist. Thank you so much. So I want to know something because when I asked you on the topic you want to, punch in on, you picked this particular topic. So, how was your childhood experience and what experience shaped you into, focusing on this kind of information on this topic in regards shaping, and raising our children?
Okay, the experience that actually shaped me was the fact that I experienced some of the bad experience as a child. There were some experience I had that wasn't good. And as an educator, there were other experience I've had my learners tell me, and I see it as a platform to reach out and inform parents that there can actually be a change.
Mm, that's very important. So excellent life. Thank you so much, Babita. So where I live, actually, because you are a teacher, it makes a lot of sense. Because when we have, when our children get to experience some things, it reflects in their activity, their performance in
Yeah,
class. And so
you are right.
most of the times when things happen, the teachers are the ones that spot this, this performance, this maybe there's a little bit of change in the child. They are the ones that spot it, and then they get to notify authorities to make sure that that child's well-being is okay and everything. They get to call the parents, and also that's actually a beautiful one. So you definitely have a wealth of knowledge in regards experiences children have, so can you give us, I don't want to just zero you on questionings because I know you have something you want to share with us. Can you share with us some experiences that you've had and what you did in regards that, as in for the children in question, children you've had experiences with that, because since you're trying to make this a topic that we need to touch on, can you share some experiences you've had and you're like, okay, this is why I need to do this. This is what I need to be doing. Respect you too, Bobita. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll share that. I said earlier that I'm an educator.
Yes.
Now, let me just share a recent one with you. Recently, before we vacated, because right now we are on vacation, so
Mm,
I walked in the class that very day. It was so heavy on my heart to talk to my children. When I say my children now, I mean the learners.
Yes.
I
Yes.
see I see them as my children. So it was heavy on my heart that day. And I told them that I don't know what you are carrying in your heart. I don't know what you are bothered with. But this morning, I want you to speak to me. I want you to see me as your friend. I don't know whatever you are struggling with. I don't know what is bothering your heart. Just speak to me. Because if you don't speak to me, there's no way you are going to come out from what you are experiencing. So when I gave a minute, just pause down. So could you believe that as I was talking, some of my pupils, that's the learners, some of them were crying. Some were actually crying. So, and there's a way I've designed my class. Yes, that my pupils can come out and speak their mind. So they actually talk to me. Some that had challenges with academics. I don't know that they actually even seen it as a challenge that, oh, auntie, I don't like the way I don't know this subject. And even some is from their house, that's their home. Some with their parents, some with their extended family, and so on. So I always see it that no, it's important that we craft a wonderful childhood experience for our children. Else, many of them, if we don't treat that, they will go with it to the future.
Oh, yeah.
Agree with me. They will definitely go with it to the future. For somebody like me, there are some childhood experience that I can't forget. It's so fresh. I can't just even forget it. So it's very important as parents, we should craft out a wonderful childhood experience for our children. As I was saying, it's very important. Many of us as adults on this live section, you will agree with me. And even me, I'm going to ask questions. What are some of the childhood experience that you won't forget? You can't even forget it. Yes, there are some childhood experience that we live with. And do you know the way you are treated as a child will affect the way you will treat children too when you become an adult. The way you are treated as a child will affect how you will treat children when you become an adult. So, as parents, as teachers, if there are teachers on this live or those that will watch it later, it's important that we craft a wonderful childhood experience. Don't forget, childhood won't stay forever. Childhood won't last forever. It won't. It won't last forever. And children have memories. Some of those things my learners told me that day I went into the class has happened far back, and they still remember. It's still fresh in their memory. They were able to relate to me. So we can't just overemphasize the fact that we need to craft out a wonderful childhood experience for our children. Thank you so much.
Oh yes, you're very, very, very correct. And that brings, a lot of things teachers you guys face, and sharing this here will really help. I have a guest today, her name is Betrice, and we're thinking about, or rather we're talking about how to create a beautiful childhood experience for our kids. And she is a teacher, and so she has experiences with kids, and she's trying to share with us how we can help ourselves help our kids so they have good experiences. You understand? So that brings me to intentional parenting. Intentional parenting. These days, real life, many people keep talking about intentional parenting, intentional parenting. So, what exactly would you advise parents based on your communication with these kids? What exactly would you advise parents for them to have that intentional parenting to bring out that beautiful childhood experience?
Okay, what exactly I would advise parents is that parents should be open. Yes, parents should be open. There should be room for communication. You shouldn't just be the alpha and the omega of the home. You should be open to receive opinion from your children. That doesn't reduce your quality as a parent. It doesn't. It doesn't reduce your quality as a parent. You should be open. Don't just always impose. No, children don't go like that. They don't grow like that. Create a room for them to explore. Create that platform. Create that environment. It's very, very important. Also, as parents, we must be ready to learn. Many parents, they are just so rigid. That is the way I was trained, and that is the way I'm going to train my child.
Mm.
You will agree with me that this is a new generation, this is a new era. What worked with you might not work with your child. So you sit down, develop a new method that will work with your child. Yes, we have 4 kinds of children. We have the fun-loving children. We have the serious children. We have the determined children. Which kind of child do you have? You can be fun-loving, and your child is a serious child. So you work with what works with your child. Don't work with what works with the community, what works with the society, what is working for my family, what is working with my child. It's very, very important. So I think we need to say that many parents, we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. It's very, very, very important.
Yes, that's so true. We need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. That's just the perfect word for it. Learn. Learn, no, we have to learn. We just have to relearn and unlearn some things. Because like you said, not all of it is some of the parents' faults, because it's like they're in a default mode. This is where they were growing up. So they think that that's the attitude towards life. We are not saying you shouldn't bring out the best in your children, but there are ways that we can go about these things so that the kids will have good experiences. Communication matters a lot too. Communication matters a lot. So another thing, I know it depends on, our origin, or where we come from. Hello, MD Farhan Hamed. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate your time here. Please, guys, share the live, mention people. So this topic is very, 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 very interesting. I'd like us to, enjoy it as it goes on. Yeah, so it's very important that we communicate with them. But then what are activities that parents can do to help build this kind of relationship, this good childhood memory creating relationship with our kids?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Activities that parents can involve in. Now, be involved in their hobbies. The hobbies of your child. If your child loves reading, you as a parent, be involved. Be involved with your child. It's very important. Practice that hobby together. Go out together, especially the hobby. When you practice a hobby with your child, it actually shows that you have interest. You are showing genuine interest in what your child loves to do. And it will help the child to grow. The child sees that, oh, my parents love what I'm doing. And it creates an avenue for growth. Yes, it creates an avenue for growth. And also, the way we can also do this, what we do as parents, we can actually involve our children. Yes, what we do as parents is a way of developing interest of the child in what we do. We won't stay here forever. We are definitely going to stay here forever. So when we leave, who will take the legacy? Who will continue? So we need to involve our children in what we do, and we too, we must first actively participate in what our children are doing.
Very, very, very correct. I really love this topic. Now, sometimes we see when parents are like, this child is, you play too much, you play too much, you play too much. Your others are doing this, you are doing that, you play too much, you're not attentive, you're not doing this. Permit me to ask you, what's your take on that? What's your take on that? What's the way, or what is playing shadow, my dear best friends? Thank you so much, sis. What does the activity, those playtime have in, help in the development of this beautiful childhood experience? Because many parents, you play too much, and then we get them sitting down inside the house. So what exactly is that method that we can use, or what's the relevance of that playtime? I know we have to portion times to do activities, but what's the relevance of that playtime to kids, and how can we make it work for them?
Okay, many times parents complain about that. You are right. Now, do you know that when children play, it fuels their emotion, their mind. It fuels it. And when children are happy, they tend to do more. That's when you present something to them, they tend to do it very well. You can't imagine bringing a child that is sad and you expect that child to do well. No. But when you allow the child to play, and again, this play we are talking about, let me tell you something. Outside play, just count children out of it. We just need to agree with that fact. Yes. Outside play, count children out of it, just count them out. But we tend to complain most times that why you play too much, you do this, why are you playing too much? Is a way God has designed it. It's God that designed it that way. That's why when they get to teenage, you don't see them play like that. Am I right?
Yes,
you don't see them play like that. So it's just during that time that they are a child, that particular then the child is a child. Let me use that word that way. Then the child will do what? We play. There is tendency to play. So we can't just, it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. We can't avoid it. So it fuels the emotion of the child. It builds positive mindsets. And don't forget, I said that when the mind of the child is built, the mind of the child is active, the child tends to behave well and perform an activity effectively.
Hello, Anik. Thank you so much for joining. Anik Molik, thank you so much for joining me from Bangladesh. I really appreciate you. Yes, very, 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 very important. That playtime is every time. Oh, thank you so much, MD Farhan. Thank you so much. So I want to bring in this. So the parents are not like, you just come attack us today. Sometimes parents sometimes parents are pressured. Thank you so much, brother, for the 1K invite. Sometimes parents are pressured. They are pressured, really, really pressured. So how can we balance that? We want to be everything to our kids, and then we have a life ahead. We want to, prepare things down. We want to make sure things are okay in the house. The fathers are overwhelmed with real life challenges. The mothers are overwhelmed with, they have to be moms, they have to be wives, they have to do their business, they have to do everything. And then the kids are there with every other thing. How can we balance this thing out? What's your take? How can we balance this thing out?
Okay. One way we can balance this is that, just as I've said earlier, we need to, the whole family must be involved. Let me say this: the father, the mother, and even the children. The whole family must be involved. Except for those parents that have kids that are of lower age, like a kid of 2, a kid of 1, a kid of 6 months. There is no way that kind of child can be involved. But let me say from age 5, that child can be involved. Yes. And as parents, as couples, this parenting a child is a joint effort. Is a joint effort. I think I need to say this. For us not to be pressured, it's a joint effort that must be done between the father and the mother, that's the husband and the wife. We need to see that, oh, we are in this together. I can't do this alone. But many a times the work is just so left for the mother. Yes. But do you know that it's not supposed to be the mother alone? The father needs to be involved. So I wish, thank God, we have fathers on this call. If they are yet to be fathers, I know one day they are going to be fathers. So they are listening to this in ahead. So it's important that everybody is involved. Let everybody be involved, and they won't be pressured. And as a parent, you too don't, I keep telling people, don't pressure yourself. Nobody will pressure you except you pressure yourself. I know pressure from the work. Yes, pressure from the work, pressure from the church, on your religion. Pressure can come from anywhere. But that is why this kind of platform this kind of opportunity is presented. You keep learning. I said that learning, it can't be overemphasized. You learn, you unlearn, and you relearn. It will help you a lot to overcome pressure.
So true, so true. Very, very, very correct. definitely as a family, everybody's hands need to be on deck. Need to be on deck. So it brings me to another one because you are a teacher. So let me come in here and ask a question. I remember
Okay.
back then, I remember back then we always had assignments being brought home, and some parents are like, what is happening? What is happening? The teachers is like they're not doing enough, you know. So they're like, hello darling, how are you doing today? Rumpa, I'm doing well today. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. So the parents were like, it's like the teachers are not doing enough. Anytime the kids are coming home, they pack assignment, they bring plenty of assignments home. Parents are like, what is happening? What is happening? Thank you so much, brother, for mentioning. I really, really appreciate you, brother Bilal. You're super, super, super amazing. I should visit you. Thank you so much, Bilal. So they're like, the teachers will just load the assignment and bring home for us. What are they doing in school then? What's your take on that?
Okay. Now, as an educator, I would like to say this. When an assignment is given to children, it's to broaden their understanding on a particular topic. It's not as if we want to tax the parents, give them work to do on their children. No. It's just a continuous effort. No, it's not like that. It's a continuous effort to help the child understand, have a better understanding on the particular subject or the particular topic. So I wouldn't want parents to see it as we are just bombarding the children with assignments and all. And these teachers, they just want to kill me. They just want to finish me. They won't allow me to rest. No, it's not like that. It's just to broaden the understanding of the children on that.
That's important. And also it helps to, make the parents like be involved in the academic work of the child. It also helps that too. I want to ask, does anyone have a question or an addition that you want to add to this live? Because thank you right now for sharing, because it's about building a beautiful childhood experience. What was your childhood experience as a child? And can you see the reflection of your childhood experience in your child's life right now? And what's your question? We have a teacher here, guys. Ask her a question. Like, try to see things from the teacher's point of view, because teachers are the ones complaining about what's going on in school. The child is not active, the child comes moody, the child is not paying attention. What could be those things? I'm a new member. Thank you so much, Ratna. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So if you guys have any question, do put it in the comment section. Let's ask our sister here, Betrice, to share more. She's a teacher or educator. She involves more with kids here. So if there's any question you've got in the comment section, please ask her so she can answer. So one thing I know that happens is that one thing I know that happens is that most parents see them. So we most, like yourself, you said, because of the experiences you had when you were young. What were the experience you had experiences when you were young, right? So, and that's what informed your apart from the fact that you have experiences with kids on a daily basis. So that's what informs you on following this path to making sure that kids have beautiful, life experience. But then there's something that happens. Parents who had some kind of experiences that they didn't seem was good to them while growing up find themselves probably doing that thing that was done to them. I don't know. Have you had that kind of experience before? Because I've had some communications in regard this. Have you had that kind of experience before? So in regard that, what will you advise the parents? Because I normally say when some kind of things happen, we should step back and try to put ourselves in the shoes of those kids. Like, if I were to be the one right now, what will I be thinking about? I don't know if you understand. So let's hear your own point of view in regards to what I just said.
Okay. I didn't hear you clearly again. Can you come again
Okay,
with the
so I'm
first question?
like, okay. The sum up of that question is that most parents are rather have experienced what their children are experiencing, and they're handling it in the same manner that it was being handled when they were young, and they were not comfortable with that kind of approach to that situation per se. So what's your take on that, to advise them?
Oh, cool. Okay. Yes, I said earlier before that what works during your time, it might not work for your child. It might not. And your own personality might be different from the personality of your child. And if at all your child is experiencing what you as a parent have experienced, and you see that the method that was used for you didn't work, then why use it for your child? Why not devise another method that will work for your child? So I think I need to say that. And by the grace of God, we have books. We have books that are written concerning that. And even right now, I will soon be launching my book, Parenting in the 21st Century. So, and I believe there are so many authors ahead of me. So we can devise a method. It's not compulsory we use the method that was used for us. You as a parent, it's not compulsory. It's not. That is why this kind of topic is coming up. Use a
Mm.
method that you know works for your child. Yes.
Yeah, I was almost coming to that, asking you, so what methods can parents, implement in regards helping their children actually have beautiful lives? Because definitely whatever you're doing right now to that child um will reflect in the child's future. So be careful with whatever you're doing right now, because you're just either making a beautiful future for that child or a very terrible one. So we all
Oh,
have to be careful with whatever you want to contribute in regard to what I just said, right? Do training, you have videos on healthy parenting. Look out for it. If you feel, if some people have this kind of experiences and then they feel bad after, they feel maybe not happy. Okay, sister, thank you so much. All right. Yeah, so some people have those kind of experiences and then they feel bad afterwards. So there are ways you can always go about this. You go watch videos on healthy parenting, read books like Sister Betrice just said that she's going to be writing a book. Try to be intentional in regards building a beautiful future for your children. Allow them be children. They cannot. I am your new member. Thank you so much, Ashish Mondal. Thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate you. Let me give you a pin, brother. Yeah, that's it. So Ashish says he's a new member of my family. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you all. So yes, you have to like help build a better future. Imagine you having some kind of relationship with your child right now, and then when the child grows up, the child doesn't want to have that kind of good relationship with you because of experience. Because of experience, we have to be extremely careful in regards how we, train or groom our kids in these 2025 rather, in this time, in this 20th century. So yes. So let's give a final thought, sis. For instance, rather, to our listeners, let them, where can they find you? Can you write your name in the comment section so I get to pin it, so they can come on your page and see the work you're doing in regards promoting healthy parenting lifestyle and helping kids build a beautiful future? Can you just write your name in the comment section? Your name, just
yes, I've
write your
done
name.
that.
Okay.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay. So, guys, this is Beatrice Dona Godonupe. Why are you from Nigeria?
I'm from Lagos State.
Oh, wow. The name sounds Nupe. Sounds Benue thereabouts. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. My home is Bangladesh, sister. Okay, yes, brother. Thank you so much for joining from Bangladesh. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I was trying to say something and I missed my thoughts. And I missed my thoughts. Yes, yes, yes. So what's your advice to our listeners in regards healthy parenting? Just your advice, like a one word. So I allow you to go do what you're doing today. Thank you so much.
Okay. My advice to parents and everyone listening is that we are not just training a child, we are training future leaders. We are training boss of tomorrow. We are training a president. Now, I want to say this, let's look beyond now. It's very important. If we don't look beyond now, there is a limit to what we can achieve. We need to look beyond now. We need to envision the future in the life of our children. That, oh, one day my child is a future leader, my child is a president, my child is becoming a doctor. Just envision that future. That will help you a lot. Look beyond now. Look beyond now. It's very important. Don't say, oh, this child is too stubborn. This child is too this. Just look beyond now. Look beyond the weakness of that child. Every child, even we as adults, we have our weaknesses. You will agree with me. We have our weaknesses. So focus on the strength rather than the weakness. It's very important that we focus on the strength rather than the weakness. So if we focus on the strength, we tend not to look at the weakness, but we look at the strength of the child, believing that we are training future leaders, bosses of tomorrow. And finally, I want to say this, let's create memories. Create memories together with your children. Take them out, explore their strengths, communicate with them. Let it be a free day that you just want them to just speak their mind. Then you will now hear stories. Some of them have been keeping feelings that they don't even want to tell anybody, but they will open up to you. Yes. So we should create memories. Let them look forward to the memories you have created and look forward to creating another one. It's very important. Let's create memories with our children. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I
you so
forgot to
much.
say this.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, I forgot to say this. I'm also a children and a teens coach, and that is what I do on the online space. I do a lot for teenagers, I do a lot for children. Yes, and I am open for collaboration. I am open for collaboration. Thank you so much.
All right, all right. So thank you so much for your words. I really, 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 really appreciated your time here. At the end of the day, we should always have it in the back of our minds that we are the ones that can help our kids have a beautiful, a beautiful future. A beautiful future, not just about the monies that you give to them or spend on them. No, the experience, the memories they have helps them to craft a beautiful life in the future. So if you do not make that beautiful memory with them now, who will? And it's time. The time we have now doesn't come back. It doesn't come back. It takes away. It takes away. Think about it. Always try to be in their shoes when some things happen to you. Over here, if some things happen, they tell you to come for counseling. If you feel that okay, you can't handle these issues yourself, they tell you to come for counseling. It's open. It's open for you to learn these skills on how to handle your kids. So you're not the one shouting at the end of the day. I've seen I think I saw a write-up. Oh, I think one lady, I think I can't remember. She said, and I even saw the mom. The mom was the one crying. I don't. I think it was here. I had that. I think I invited someone, and she said, do you know that the mom was the one crying? So let's try our best to build a very beautiful childhood experience, making good memories for our children while we go about our general activities. So I really want to appreciate you, sis, for everything. Thank you so much for your time here.